Well, not long to go until a packed Wembley hosts England against Germany in the Women's Euros final. Let's look ahead to that game now in the company of the Aston Villa manager, Carla Ward. Carla, very good afternoon to you. 2 days out from a massive game. As a manager, what are you doing? What are the sessions looking like and what are the sort of team meetings looking like between now and kick-off?
I think it's got to be all around the game. I think there'll be a lot of excitement, whilst I do think that obviously Sarina will be trying to keep as much calm as she possibly can in camp. But make no bones about it, this is the biggest game for me in women's football history for this country, so certainly for those players. So, yeah, I think there'll be a lot of nerves. But in terms of the team meetings, there'll be a lot of focus on Germany, of course. I mean, you couldn't have written it before the tournament, could you? So, yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting camp right now.
What are the key things that Sarina has done to get England to this point, would you say?
Belief. Honestly, I think the biggest thing is probably belief. I think if you talk to the girls, they'll tell you that. You can see that. There's an air of calm around them. I think this is the first tournament, I'll be honest, that I've believed as much as I have. And I think that's solely down to Sarina. But yeah, I think, look, she's come in, she's done it. She's absolutely worn the T-shirt, so to speak. And you can see that. And I think the players are absolutely thriving under her.
You said that she's been there and done it. And Fran Kirby, I heard talking last week and said, look, Sarina might have to hold her hand a little bit through the back end of this tournament. The fact that, as you said, she has got right to the end of the journey is huge for the players she's looking after.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, I think she's bang on with that. Listen, I think when you get to a Wembley final, no matter what, whether it's men's game, women's game, there's going to be a massive amount of nerves, but there'll be energy. But look, Sarina, like Fran alluded to, Sarina's obviously knocked many teams out of this tournament over the years. She's won it herself, and I do think that she will be massively important in these next couple of days. I think she's been important throughout the tournament, but these next couple of days, her experience is going to be huge. But I think also, she'll use the senior players that have been at tournaments, because this is a young squad, a very exciting squad, but those senior players will be massively key, particularly those that haven't played too much. So I think she'll be relying on them a lot as well to guide the youngsters. But listen, I have no doubt this England team, the most exciting England team I've ever seen, will get the job done come Sunday.
I think as England football fans, we're sort of genetically programmed to have cold sweats when we think about England against Germany. But what about this German team? Where are they dangerous?
Oh, listen, it's funny because they come into the tournament, no one was really talking about them, and everyone was sort of talking about Spain and Norway and England, France, but no, they've been exceptional. They'll be difficult to break down. They're very, very well organised. I remember watching them against Spain, thinking, they're going to be tough to break down, but they've got so much quality, in their skipper Pop, who's obviously going head to head with Beth Mead for the Golden Boot. Whilst it's her first major tournament, she's been sensational. The likes of Julie Brand, first start the other day, and she's had an unbelievable season. So, look, they've got danger all over the park, but without the ball, they're also very well organised, very compact, and they'll make it difficult for us. But listen, if you're in the German camp and you can possibly upset the host nation at Wembley, they're going to do everything they can too. So we'll have to be at our best. No, make no bones about it. But yeah, I'm sure we absolutely will be.
Just a final question then, Carla, and it's one of legacy. It's a big one. How do the WSL teams, yourself, build on everything we've seen over the course of this tournament? A lot more games at the bigger stadiums next season. I know last year you played Birmingham at Villa Park. I won't mention the result, but how big is it to have regular fixtures at Villa Park, the Etihad, Anfield, that sort of thing?
Yeah, huge. And I've seen, obviously, this morning, the Manchester derby, the Merseyside derby, sort of we're playing the opening game, obviously at the Amex. So it's exciting, and it's something actually we've spoken about a lot in the staff room, probably most days over the last couple of weeks. And I think it's really important that we jump on the back of this, because what we don't want it to be is a tournament where everybody's talking in this country. You've got young fans, older fans from all generations really jumping on board with women's football. But we have to make sure that we jump on the back of that and really start to push it out from, club level, from grassroots level to Premier League level. And that's going to take a collective effort from both the Premier League, from the FA, from the Women's Super League. And I think it's important that collectively everyone comes together to really drive the game now, because look, there's a lot of youngsters out there, and I saw some figures around the sort of the crowds and the attendances and how many young kids are out there. And if you can imagine that in sort of 10 years transpiring, we've just got to make sure that we keep developing that curve and making sure that we get them back.
Carla, I understand you've interrupted your holiday a little bit to join us, so thanks so much for speaking to us this afternoon. Go and enjoy the sunshine.
Brilliant. Thank you. Take care.